Hi, I'm Bobby Hockaday. Today we'll be going through Israeli couscous and cucumber and tomato red wine vinaigrette salad. So you got your ingredients today, which is a cucumber, 2 tomatoes, Israeli couscous, red wine vinegar, olive oil, vegetable oil, garlic, pepper, salt, a pinch of brown sugar, and some mustard. I substituted the mustard because usually a lot of recipes they call for Dijon, but this is something I found was a lot more accessible because you don't typically have Dijon all the time. So first off, we're going to take about a tablespoon of the vegetable oil. Put that in there. So we're going to slurry this around just a little bit. Let's see if we can get this on medium. How about that? And once it gets up this thing, let this go in. We'll fry that for a wee bit. Kind of get it nice in the oil. Get that hissing. It will do its thing. But for now, we're going to dive into the cucumber. So, cucumber, these are some optional items here. You nip the parts that you don't like. If you have dogs, sometimes they like eating these things. My dogs personally love competing for the scraps. But here's another optional thing that some people like to do, which is kind of striate the sides of the cucumber. And then, might hear the hissing. Oh, that's good. Couscous is rather wild, so sometimes can get all the way around. I'm not sure how many people utilize couscous in the county, but it's actually really nice. It's a kind of a easy peasy pasta. It's kind of pre-made thing. All right, then you quarter it, or half it, then quarter it. Then we take a spoon, take out the innards there, or the seeds. Throw that away. Do so again. Also varies on how many people you're serving for. I have about 3 people in front of me here at the our cooking show right now. So this is, I think, satisfactory for things. But if you're only on your own, it's about one cucumber or half a cucumber and 1 tomato will do. You have the option also of, rather than using couscous, you have the option of just taking the end result here and putting it in pita bread with a protein or meat of your choice. So I use a handy dandy little cutter here. It's kind of a vegetable processor. Be very careful because the thing has a sharp blade, but this produces a very nice, very slender cut. But I have chopped my finger open on this a couple times, but that's why it's always good to be safe. And once you get to a certain level of cut, we'll come in with a knife, like about there, and then finish it off. And that produces, just for the sake of letting you see how thin it is, that's how thin it goes for. It creates a very nice thing. So as I stated, it's a good pita bread filler. Let me come back to the couscous, which is, you only have to do this for a little bit. After you've toasted your couscous for a bit, you can put the water in here. Ooh, listen to that. Woo! Be careful with steam, it can be dangerous. And then we put it in here, and then we're going to get that down to a simmer for about 8 minutes. I like to give myself a little timer. Let me see, clock. So that'll be 8 minutes on that one. We'll finish up with our cucumbers here. So there you go. You got that all diced up. So tomatoes, slice it up, quarter it. And then start dicing. You can dice or slice or make it as chunky as you feel. Yep. Okay, so while we wait for that to go, we can start making the vinaigrette, which will be the 1/4 cup of the red wine vinegar. The problem with doing that is the dogs will come. And then about 1/4 cup of vegetable oil into the bowl. And then about a spoonful of minced garlic. Oh, that was a good sploosh. And then depending upon your taste, this might be a little bit less of the pepper than I normally use, but it's a good amount to get it in there. So it's kind of like a pinch there. And then some of the mustard that I mentioned earlier, which usually you do a squirt. And then, as I said, if you have pepper, you have to have a little bit of salt. It's good. So this one is debatable upon your diabetic or other dietary preferences. But this is brown sugar. You can also use honey, depending upon what you have available. Granulated sugar, maybe not as direct, but this produces a nice kind of stickiness. It's really good. Kind of a unique taste to it. So then you mix it all up together. Should kind of get this brown slurry after a little while. Kind of a savory. It's a nice side dish as much as it is an actual meal because of the couscous. Because you get your vegetables and sort of a fruit thing. There's still that debate about tomatoes being a fruit or vegetable. And if you can add carrots to this, thinly sliced as well. Then when it's ready, kind of let this sit for a little while off of the thing there. You have two options of either mixing it all together in the pot or in the bowl. Once it's all ready to go, you can flip it up. See this? Ah, yes, such a good steam. Put this in there. All together. Put all the ingredients in. Some people have the preference of mixing it while you're doing it, but if you don't have the spare hand, just plop it all together. And variances. And you mix it all together. One method that I found is really useful. Usually do it in the other bowl, but kind of mix it together this way, nice and shaken. And you get a very nice, even mix of things. And let it in the fridge for a little bit if you want, depending upon how quick you need to eat it. But then you can serve it very nicely inside of pita or just as itself. We've gotten all of our recipe together, looking fantastic here. So we're going to spatula this out. Looking fantastic. And these are all very accessible ingredients at your farmer's market coming up. Tomatoes, cucumbers. Have to get the couscous at your grocery store, though, unless you are a master pasta maker. of sorts. And that'll take a bite. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a delicious time with this recipe.